Alright, Appendix A, design and review and do and do nots. All drawings should adhere to the following guidelines. Dimension parts are correctly. Dimensions show the primary mating of the surface is unwanted, but the building of the challenge between the mating of the surface should be avoided. The dimension and significant theoretical center lines can result with the mistake of the machinist as well as the inspector because of the multiple additions. Subtraction required to locate the feature of the relationship to other features whenever the possible dimension should be left to the right or the bottom of the top of the quadrant 1. All positive numbers of the datum established for the design and requirements detail welded parts of the separately, since each of the parts is fabricated with a different manufacturers required with the tolerance typically cannot be met, resulting in delays and additional costs. The different parts with the welding should be drawn with the inseparable assembly drawing figure 20 of the page 24 so that the overall assembly tolerance is responsible for the signal manufacturer. Implemented datums are no longer allowed. Whenever the possible selected datums or typical function parts, the datum should always be assigned to the physical feature, surface, the feature size, using the true position of dimension, basic dimensions, the dimensions of the feature, other edges of the perpendicular relationship surface identified with the datum. Letters combined using the positional tolerance and plus or the minus of the methods related with the basic dimension patterns and continue replacing the composite tolerance method with refer to the ASI Y145 M1982 dimension intolerant. Note that there is no requirement that all the holes be true position and preferred with the hole patterns to be true position regardless of the use and sense of tolerance specified with the true position of the block is a control factor. Drawing of the part produced with the wall using templates with the proper dimension for intolerance. Lack of the dimension may result in the inadequate stress analysis, the fit, checking, and inspection of engineering. Tool and drawings should be dimensioned all alike and related to the one and refer to the tool requiring a dimension. The dimension notes to refer to 2441 on page 16. Alright, using a list of material format correctly, the assembly number does not get an item number. When the material is properly in an item of a list of the material with the end of the product number that is not needed for the entry of either the drawing number or each of the item number of the list of material. There is only one part of the material at the end of with any item with the same material specification requires only one item number. When AR as required for this quantity. Various material sizes required for the indicated field size of the drawing, as in the case of inseparable assemblies, welding rivets and parts of the dash numbers are required only when there is shown odd numbers or opposite of even number, and where there is more assembly versions where the drawing or the tabulated feature refer to the drawings and multiple detailed drawings are not allowed. For further detailed drawings, paragraph 4.3 on page 41 for the explanation. F. Do not use the SK or short to first sketch for any drawing that is used in the manufacturing part. Only the GFSC drawing numbers are used in the GFSC drawing format. Contracting drawing numbers are used in the contracting drawing format. The mechanical engineering branch does not check or give the approval of the drawing produced with the contracting format. The contracting specified with the contracting apply. A contractor shall copy the company's specification and use the contracting format. Specifying low outgassing materials, low outgassing film lubricants for the specified spaceflight hardware with disassembly is likely the galling of the like of materials possible. Refer to NASA RP 1124, November 1990. Later, outgassing the data of selecting the space materials, selecting 10 with the paragraph 10.6.1 to the page 95 with the manual outgassing space for materials. Specifying identification parts are maintained with traceability of all the parts should be identified by the inking stamp with the GSV number rather than badging and tagging. The only low and outgassing is specifically original source. Do not over the code. Do not seal or stamp engrave the edge for the flight and hardware to prevent the material from stress and concentrations of the identical parts of the different use of should be sterilized. Specify the original manufacturer source of the supply and complete address list of the original source of completed address, general notes and flag items, the list of materials and parts. Let's specify the regardless of the feature size, applying the fixed location positional tolerance should be specified with regardless of the feature size when applying the thread. Insert the tap to hold location slip fit design specify loose intolerance when possible. Use the term and position method of the dimension should be not mistaken for the pattern of the tolerance control system. The true position tolerance should be loose, so the application shall be allowed. Loose tolerance is inspection easier and allow the follower to reject it. Parts. Specifying rating and chamfers, edge radii and in-plane corner radii and protrusion chamfer that must be specified with the two space flight standard size requirements. Refer to the John Space Center documentation NSTS 07700 volume 14 appendix 9 the system description design data engine vehicle activity section 5.5 crew equipment safety for the size requirements. Specify radii at the bottom of the counter bowls that prevent the sharp corners for the screws should develop into stress cracks, particularly on flight parts. Specifying interface ranging only with the press fits, only amount of the 0 10,000 inch to the 0 10,000 inch interface should be stated the next time to the item call out. Specify the reference of the dimension as possible, meaning the difference dimension for the checking the inspection costing an estimate of the difficulty. Specify projected tolerance zone dimension with applicable. Add as projected tolerance dimension and true dimension position when and specifying the thread insert the tab to hold in the dial position. Refer to the ASI Y145 and 1982. Or space fastener torque requirements that may refer to the project development specification number of the fastener size and the torque requirements to be tabulated with the general notes and flagged in an item to call out of the field of the drawing. Avoid a double fixation of the pattern of the countersunk with the one part of the taper to hold with the parting mating part to leave with the non-tolerance for either the part of the resulting in the bending of the stress of the screw. The situation that shall be allowed with the counterboarding of one of the parts of the handhead screw is not drilled out of the second part of the youth nut in place with the tap holes. Match drawing should be avoided, but because of the lost interchangeability, avoid servicing galling made between liking materials to avoid serving galling in the CRES fastener application, considering the following possibility. Use the phosphor bronze insert, use the dry film lubrication mill G46010 for lubrication solid film heat corrosion inhibiting the CRS inserts and nuts. Use black oxide coating of the mill seat 1392 for bolts and screws. Avoid using internal external split ring lock washers. These types of washers are not used in the aerospace flight project for several reasons. They worst possible particular contamination. Have to avoid silver-plated hardware, electronic applications. This contains contamination particles, however, acceptable for all the applications, and you design so that it can be made at least amount of machine steps as set up as possible. And then it goes on to the index, and that completes the GS God Space Flight Center X673641F Engineering Drawing Standards Manual, August 1994, National Aeronautical Space Administration, USA.